Welcome, my name is Mike Martinez, and today we're going to talk about some of the key things that the insurance company doesn't want you to know. A lot of times we put on the television, and as a matter of fact, the statistics tell us that one out of every three commercials these days have to do with the insurance, whether it's life insurance or auto insurance or home insurance or health insurance. You're going to get hit by some kind of an insurance advertisement. And whenever you see that, what you see is that, hey, we are going to take care of you. Use our service and you're in good hands. Use our service and we take away the mayhem. Use our service and we are going to be like the good neighbor. And it's all a good advertising ploy, right? But a lot of times, and if you're a homeowner and you've placed a claim with the insurance company, you know how difficult it can be, right? Your initial call, for the most part, is handled by a customer service rep who's there to just kind of question you and get some information, some initial information. And he's inputting that information into the system, and everything seems cool there. But once you actually start talking to a desk adjuster or a claims adjuster, you're going to see that the conversation isn't as friendly, isn't as sweet, isn't as compassionate as it was the very first time, right? And that's part of the game that goes on. What I'm here to kind of share with you today is, fortunately, I am part of a company that's based out of Bensalem, Pennsylvania. The company's name is Metro Public Adjustment, and we're public adjusters. Public adjusters actually help represent homeowners when they experience damage to make sure that their policy is read the right way and is acted upon fairly. So in other words, in your policy, in everybody's home insurance policy, it clearly states that it is your burden of proof. It is your responsibility as a homeowner to prove your damages. And if you don't prove them specifically, then you simply don't get paid for them, right? And there's a lot of little things that go on there, a lot of moving parts there that can hurt you. And we just finished one of the major trainings that we have quarterly in our company. It was actually done at the headquarters at Bensalem, Pennsylvania. It's called a Fast Track. We had a great crowd. We had some great education, and some of the top leaders in our company, which are known as field adjusters, came in and educated us as to what to look for, what to see, how we can help you homeowners avoid some of the pitfalls that are in the system, right? And they're kind of legal loopholes because of the way the contract is worded. The contract could be worded in a certain way where a fire doesn't mean a fire, right? Water damage doesn't mean water damage. And excuse me, sometimes that means you don't get paid fairly. That means you may not get paid anything, right? Sometimes a simple thing as a deductible, right? You go out there, and one of the biggest mistakes that you do, and I would encourage you as a homeowner, that if you're a homeowner and you haven't looked at your policy for a number of years, for you to actually take the policy out and start looking at what is in the policy, right? Because every year your policy changes. Every year on its renewal, there's new things that are taking place. Now, what happens there? What happens behind the closed doors? Is it just that the insurance company says, oh, well, materials went up 3%, we're just going to raise it 3%? No, it's a lot bigger than that. It's a lot more intricate than that. Insurance companies have what we call, what are known as actuaries. And actuaries are statistical people that say, okay, what are the statistics that Cherry Hill, New Jersey is going to have a hurricane this year. And they come up with the statistics for that. And what is the chances that they're going to have a hail damage or hailstorms this year? They come up with statistics with that. And then they change the policy based on those statistics that they're coming up with. So you might have started your policy 4 or 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and you say, oh, well, I got a $500 deductible when I first started my policy. Your deductible might be totally different this year, right? One of the key things that is happening when that renewal takes place is they send you a cover letter. In that cover letter, they say, hey, we made some changes. Take a look at the changes. If you have any, any concerns or anything that you want to discuss, let us know within 30 days, 45 days, 90 days, 60 days, whatever. And when you don't do that, because I'll tell you the honest truth, before I was a public adjuster, I would get my policy. My wife would say, honey, the new policy's in, up, put it in the safe, right? Put it in the file cabinet, put it in the drawer. Put it in the china cabinet, wherever, and you don't even open it up. You don't even look at it. You assume that it's going to be similar to last year, and it was similar to the year before, and it was similar to the year before. But the fact of the matter is, every year it changes. And one little word, this is one of the key things that we learned over this this training that we did with our company. One little key word changed in the policy can change a lot. One word, right, can change a lot. And one omission, one exclusion, one inclusion, one whatever, you're right, when they just add a wind deductible. You say, well, I mean, okay, so they added a wind deductible, and what is it? It says 5%. Well, how bad could that be? 5%. That's 5% of your dwelling costs, right? If you have a $300,000 dwelling, that's a $15,000 deductible there, right? So if we're talking wind, if we're talking hail, if we're talking hurricane, and something happens because of any one of those situations, and that's what that deductible is covering. A wind deductible, a hail deductible, a hurricane deductible, 5%. Now that means the first $15,000, if your home is worth $300,000 and it's a 5% deductible, the first $15,000 is going to be out of your pocket. That's something you should know prior to the event happening, right? That's something that you should be cognizant of so that you could go back to the insurance company and say, wait a minute, I don't know if I want this thing here, right? How is this benefiting me? How is that, right? There's a lot of little things that go on. That's why we encourage people, we encourage homeowners to reach out and ask for a policy review, right? We provide policy reviews, which simply means, and what's cool about this whole process, guys, is that we don't sell anything, right? We don't sell insurance. We don't, there's nothing you can buy from me. Even if I wanted to sell you something, there's nothing I got to sell, right? Even if you wanted to buy something, there's nothing I got to sell. So the bottom line is, it's a free service that's there to protect you. It's there to help you get a clear picture, have strength in knowing that, okay, well, that deductible is not on my favor. Let me ask them to take it off. If they don't want to take it off, let me look for another insurance company, right? There are things that you can do to protect yourself before the issue happens, right? And that's what's critically important. So my name is Mike Martinez. I am a public adjuster in several different states. I encourage you to pick up the phone, give me a call, and say, hey, Mike, can I email you my policy and take a quick look at it and see if there's something that I may need to change, something that doesn't look good, or something that maybe I need to strengthen something in this area, right, or that area. And there are situations where maybe adding an endorsement for a few bucks can really help you out in the long run if something happens. And maybe there's something that we can eliminate that will help lower your premium, right? There's a lot of things that are going on. So I encourage you, pick up the phone, give me a call, say, hey, Mike, I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on my policy. Can I send you my policy for you to look over? This is a process that we do, and we do this free of charge. We do this to protect you, to educate and protect you. And I encourage you to take advantage of that, right? To use us, to allow us to be of service to you, so that way you can understand what it is you have available and what you don't have available, and where you can strengthen where it may be weak for you, right? So again, my name is Mike Martinez. I'm a licensed and bonded public adjuster in several different states. And I encourage you to pick up the phone, give me a call, and see if I could be of service to you. Doesn't cost anything. You'll be in a better position, and you'll have the strength of having knowledge in your power to see what can, where you can be better protected, or where you can eliminate things that you do not need. So again, Mike Martinez, licensed and bonded public adjuster in several states. Pick up the phone, give me a call, let me help you take a look at your policy and show you what it is that the insurance companies don't want you to know. Pick up the phone, give me a call. Thanks.